Meeting order at 8:58. And I just want to start with welcome introduction to the members of which the rent commission. The goals to work with the city of Norwich. And have some experience in being on committees and running meetings. So I have a lot of experience with low income populations and their struggles to pay rent, and a lot of information, a lot of history with landlords and their struggles to get their tenants to pay. All right, Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca Lucci. I live in Norwich, in this committee and many others, but I'm retired. I live in a mobile home court, which makes it unique because I own a mobile home, but I lease rent land. So that puts me kind of in a balanced situation, I like to call it. And I just thought that this would be important, and I do care about the people in Norwich. I care about everybody, and I hope you help.
Thank you. Okay.
I am Ed Belli. I also live in Norwich. I have 30 apartments. I own commercial spaces. I own 2 businesses in the city of Norwich, Belli Maintenance and Tech Painting, which is an industrial coating company, primarily advisors out there for bigger companies. Been in business for 35 years. And I thought also that I would be a good add to this commission. While I've had to evict other people, I've also let many people pay rent when they could pay rent, or sometimes excuse the rent. And I think I'd be a good add on the other side of it.
And I'm Michael Driscoll. I am the City Population Council. And here to assist the Fair Rent Commission is unable to.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I thought we'd just start by stating the purpose and powers of the Fair Rent Commission, and a lot of what we'll be doing is detailed in the 6/5/23 ordinance on the Fair Rent Commission, and we are based out of Connecticut General Statutes 7-148A through 7-148F, Connecticut General Statute 47A-20, Connecticut General Statute 21-80A, and Connecticut General Statute 47A-23A. So I'm just going to read into the record a couple of things that we are responsible for. So we were established for the purpose of controlling and eliminating excessive rental charges for housing accommodations within Norwich, and to carry out the purposes, duties, responsibilities, and all the provisions of the above described sections and any other statutory sections as they may be amended from time to time. The commission shall consist of 3 members and 2 alternates. We're still looking for alternates, all of whom shall be electors of the city of Norwich. At least 1 shall be a landlord and 1 shall be a tenant. The members and alternates shall be appointed by the city council, which we all were, and the members of the commission shall be appointed for a term of 2 years or until their successors shall be duly appointed. Some of our powers are to receive complaints, inquiries, and other communications concerning alleged excessive rent charges and alleged violations, including retaliation, which does include mobile homes and mobile manufactured home parks and subdivisions of the lots therein. We can make such studies and investigations regarding rental housing. We can conduct hearings on complaints or requests. We can compel the attendance of persons at hearings, issue subpoenas, and administer oaths. We can determine after a hearing whether or not the rent set is so excessive as to be harsh and unconscionable. We can determine after the hearing whether a landlord has engaged in retaliation. We can order suspension or reduction of further payment of rent by a tenant until such time as the landlord makes the necessary changes, repairs, or installations so as to bring the housing accommodations into compliance with any municipal order or state statute or regulation relating to health or safety. And we can establish an escrow account in a local bank or financial institution into which it shall deposit all rent charges or other funds paid to it pursuant to section 4-43 therein. That's basically, we're going to be receiving complaints from tenants when they feel that their rent is either raised too quickly or too high. And then we'll go from there. If it's a code violation, we'll refer that to the proper authority. I guess people can't bring this matter to court. And that's why we were established in any city with 5,000 population or has to have a fair rent commission. And from what I learned from Attorney Driscoll, we are ahead of a lot of other communities. A lot of communities have been very slow to implement. So I'm happy that we're beginning.
You can actually have simultaneous hearings here with the court. The complaint is made in court, they evict somebody, the person feels retaliatory. They can raise that as a defense in court.
Right.
You know, get them, if they can raise it here. And the basis can be somewhat different because you've got an order over the court is trying an individual case, and you really can't rely on statistics and whatever else. But this commission can. In terms of what's a fair rent and what's a fair practice.
And then if they don't agree with our decision here, there's appeals process.
It's appealed directly to the court. So it's not familiar with the building and the housing code. It appeals to a hearing officer. And then from there, there's an appeal to the court. And usually if it's a trial, de novo. Trial in this case, so it doesn't say whether or not it's likely to be on the record, meaning the evidence that's presented here before you, upon which you make your decisions, what the court looks at. The court has to determine, is there evidence in the case that allows you to get there logically? So it's making the record of the hearing. The same thing is available for the sometimes, which is for the written. Go back, check. That's the important role that you'll have in this whole matter, because first thing, you really want to feel that when people come in, they feel that you're impartial. You're here to do justice as you see under the rules that we have. And they deserve to be treated appropriately. They should treat you appropriately. You're not going to speak out if they don't. But the record, it's said and it's accepted. The judges are the credibility of the individual. They feel that that's accurate, and they feel it's not accurate. How can you yourself? You have to agree that you can try to resolve it. And then you vote. And quorums too, and obviously a 1-to-1 vote doesn't go anywhere. So, it's that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Holding the people every day who don't deal with people in this situation, it will be under. It's fairly simple. There's a statement that you can use what the city of Norwich has an agents for the to different offices. So that you can jump through the work yourself and swear on the phone, and so I can get you that easily.
Yeah.
The issuance of subpoenas, I don't think it would be common. You have the right to do it. So if you hear something, well, how many records could be required them to do something.
Right, right.
And generally, if they fail to do what the records really should be, even or negative inference, it's sometimes called. What flows from that depends on all of the facts. It's just one part. It's not determined.
Right. All right. So let's go over the procedure as to how this will flow, and then we're going to need guidance on all of these things. But I talked to Jackie at the city manager's office, and they're going to establish on the website, the city website, fair rent commission page. So some information will be posted there about who is eligible to apply and what our purview is. And this fact sheet from the Partnership for Strong Communities, I did get permission to be posted verbatim on our website, which I think will be good because this is the same statewide. So this kind of tells people what we can do and everything. So that will be information there. I think we should also get this information out to human service agencies and landlords, maybe the landlord association, that we should talk about how we're going to let people know that this process is up and running. Any suggestions there? Do you think we should send it to the landlord association or,
I do, can't hurt.
okay? And they can figure human service agencies that maybe.
No, the mobile home parks, I mean,
Okay.
they're run differently. I mean, I don't think they're in the,
They're not, so.
no, that's it. So I don't know how,
Yeah,
especially because like particular mobile home park on,
right.
they're actually run by Las Vegas.
Okay,
They're owned by Las Vegas.
there can't be too many in Norwich, so we can get something.
That's probably about 10,
10 in Norwich, really.
at
around
least,
that many.
right?
Oh, there's gotta be more than-
Yeah, more, probably.
I think more than that, because, although, Las Vegas, they bought one in, Plainfield. And I think they have 6 or 7 right in Norwich, so.
Okay, well, we can research that and figure that out.
Yeah, send it
It's not, and
to,
somebody was telling me there's a mobile home park somewhere in back of, the Walmart in Norwich. I didn't even know there was a mobile home park there.
There's some more or less isolated, 1 or 2
yeah,
mobile homes.
Yeah.
Different place in which predated the
Okay.
rules here with respect to those, so they're just their grandfathered in.
Right.
But they can sell them and they can convert. Had some issues because again, sometimes the land is unsettled.
Yeah, it is an
It's
issue.
been there long enough that you know, in the 3rd generation, didn't go on.
Right,
Okay, all right. And then we'll send like a press release probably to the day in the Norwich Bulletin with the website where people can go.
And I've also sent these materials to you, it's like,
Oops, okay.
Now, the forms.
Yep, okay, let's start there. All right, so a couple of easy ones. I sent you a denial form. Somebody from Preston sends as an application. So we have this that says, please be advised that Norwich Borough Rec Commission is unable to hear your case for the following reason, you vote down or your issue doesn't fit our purview. We hope that you seek other ways to resolve your issue, right? So that's
Okay.
pretty easy. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree with.
And on the application, it does say that, just like city of Norwich documents, when at all possible, we try to email you. Have to do our postage. I did talk to Kathy again, and you guys heard at our first meeting that we have $5,000 budget for this, and some of the letters will want some certified decisions, and we'll dip into that one for purposes, obviously. I did redo the application, which we're using the same application that West Hartford uses, and it's just like the one I sent you, but I'm cutting and pasting.
Okay, I guess I didn't.
Yep,
yeah,
so,
I didn't get a lot of.
I didn't.
Oh,
get that.
okay.
Yeah.
all right,
No,
I didn't- Yeah, I didn't.
okay,
this is what I got.
Yeah, this is what I think.
I sent 4 attachments, but that's okay, we'll make copies of this for you, maybe I should go and see if I can.
Or just, if we
Okay,
make sure that, because somebody in my office would, you know.
yeah,
Because I asked twice, I said, she said this was all that came through was this for me. I was missing the other attachments.
okay, they are there, you can scroll down, but.
I did, it's because it said +3 and I went, but
Yeah,
nothing was
okay,
coming up.
all right, okay.
Could be my computer too.
All right.
Sometimes it likes to.
So the application, well, is it easier if I make copies?
once you say,
Before you, leave, I've got 2 questions as we go along, if you don't mind me asking. An establishment of an escrow account would be in whose name? Like, is it with the city
you'd like
commission
to see.
through the city? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Somebody was, finance department, they can set it up. And it can be the name of the fair rent commission, or it should be the city of the city. That way.
Yeah, so,
Separate, you have to look at the bookings.
Right, yeah. I don't know about the-
something else. When we make, we hear a case. Do we don't discuss it in front of, the
It's,
person bringing the case?
it's a judgment call, I think generally. You may go to executive session or. It's often common to say, well, we'll take this, consider this and you can leave. So.
Yeah.
If they don't want to, I mean, it's a public meeting. the deliberations, you, tonight, I'll get you that information as to when you can into that circumstance.
Well, some of the stuff that I read was that, you know, it's not unusual for, it to be taken a week or two.
Yeah.
That, you know, we could meet and talk in about a particular case, but I'm not comfortable talking in front of somebody bringing a complaint about a landlord after listening to all the information. I think that whether it's executive,
Yeah.
you know, we excuse ourselves, so we'll talk about it afterwards.
Well,
If we talk about it afterwards, it has to be on record.
that's what I mean, if you talk to certain information, things of that such in an executive session, it seems to me on the deliberations, it's your written opinion that's the one is applicable. So that written opinion, you're not gonna have a meeting, you write it, it's gonna be written with somebody engaged, you have to terms, everybody before is to get the information that's useful and essential in making the decision. You know, for example, if the landlord says the individual really isn't a tenant, he or she is a squatter, I discovered them, what the objection. Now, but, they claim that they really paid the permission to be there. Then you're going to get, well, I was the friend of so-and-so who was a tenant, I moved in, I've been there for 6 months.
Right.
Now,
You've seen me. I was actually the one paying it, while I give the money to the other person.
I paid in cash. I
Yeah.
didn't get a receipt.
Yeah. So, and then you're gonna have that, okay, you know, you do, but I mean, if the person's purely a squatter, then I don't think you'd use a jurisdictional, you're gonna have a jurisdiction because you're a squatter, because that's a factual determination making the evidence. Now we can make that determination. But you're occupying it, he has a right to get you out.
Yeah.
but does it fall in our preview? I mean, are we, what you just described would be a court matter. For us, if they're bringing the case to us, that the squatter, if you will, would have to say, hey, the landlord's raising the rent crazy, and then they would come and the owner say, hey.
Claim retaliatory eviction, or he could
Yeah.
claim a variety of things, including that the rent that he is paying hasn't been raised, and it's unfair to the condition of the property. I don't even understand like article in the paper about the government that's failing in Montfort.
Yeah.
Okay, they're attempting that. No,
Yeah,
what do? You know,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing, and if they say, you know, you pay your location, they have come to you, you may not have problem,
Right,
but they're gonna make the application
right,
and collectively decide. Is it something that's within your purview of jurisdiction? So if you get that case from Montville,
Mm.
say we don't have jurisdiction. over
Right.
this, but you vote collectively to make that decision. That would be the response. You wouldn't have, you know, it's a procedural response, you wouldn't have to go through it. The person doesn't give you a address or also there's insufficient information. I'm not sure you have to take it until you get the information that allows you to make that decision. Somebody says, look, I live in Norwich, I'm paying too much rent. That's not.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think we can accept cases till we have an application.
Application filled out.
Yeah, properly, right, so, okay,
two things before. An escrow account would be set up in the cities,
Yeah.
mayors and that type of thing. I asked about, after we hear evidence on both, I feel comfortable going into executive, session. Where we would discuss it not openly in front of the
yeah.
parties, if you will, or.
I
a
asked
written-
them, and said that we could not.
Probably, I think what you can do is you can, the hearing is over.
Yeah.
Take this under advisement
Okay,
Yeah,
and.
because you don't want to speak.
well,
No, the other
yeah,
thing
it'd be
is-
hard to,
It's hard to, because.
yeah,
you're
say,
here-
don't, we thought.
Presumably, you'll all take some notes,
Yeah.
but everybody's notes are a little different. And then the other thing is that somebody raised a point that, you know, you think that's a fair point, but you don't remember what was said, you're gonna want to see the hearing.
Yeah, and you want to see the,
And you've got 30 days to
Make a decision.
make the decision, so you want to be able to do that.
Okay,
But you probably do have, to, absent something, information doesn't have to be shared in public, that type of thing.
mhm,
Yeah, I mean, I just think discussing it in front of the person is, you
Oh,
know,
I
like
totally
you
agree.
agree with them, don't agree, then they know who you are, they could
Okay,
be vindictive, you don't know.
I don't know what you.
They don't see how you vote, but they're not gonna see how you decide.
Yeah, well, but I mean, if you're talking in front of them, then,
Well, I believe the word that person said,
yeah,
is different from we find in favor of the side.
exactly.
right. Okay, all right, so here's, and I'm sorry, this copy is small, but this is the application. And I suggest that we just use this application, and as we get a couple in, if we say, oh, this question's silly, or oh, we need to rephrase this question a different time. So that the application is 1, 2, 3, 4 pages long. They have to sign and date it. There's plenty of room for them to write out or type out. So I'm gonna have these fillable on the website so that people type in the answer so that we can read,
Right,
okay? So that's the application. After someone submits an application and we have all the information, we will send them a letter saying, and that's this next one, the Fair Rent Commission has received your complaint. Your case will be heard on this day at this time. Please meet us in room, and I just put a room in there, but
Yeah.
it may change. Please make sure to bring with you any documentation you believe will support your allegations. Should you need to cancel or reschedule this case, please contact the city manager's office.
Do you want to see documentation, including photos and things like that?
Sure.
we see,
Present rent.
Limited to. Because some can come in with a table with a cell phone and trade and. If there are things like that, that you may have difficulty kind of all seen at the same time.
I know these are gonna go online, but are you gonna have any like forms at City Hall that, not everybody has computers,
Yeah.
especially when you're talking about the elderly. And they don't wanna use computers, you know, I mean, they have them at the senior center, but they don't wanna use them.
Senior center for,
You know,
this
for some-
application.
I think human service agencies should help people fill it online because that establishes the actual record. Every job for the city of Norwich, you have to.
Okay,
I think
okay,
we need to move the population that way, and I
Yeah.
think people can do it like that, and we, you know, we can put on the website if you need help filling out this application count.
Yeah, it would-
Human services or
yeah.
something like that.
and what about, maybe, could they post something in the, senior center letter,
Yep,
the
Yeah.
newsletter?
yep.
You know, because seniors, well, some don't read it, but some of them do,
You're
you know.
on commission.
Yeah, I know, nobody ever shows up, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
3 or 4 that are always there.
Okay, so we'll send this document and we'll email it, but we'll also send it via mail. Maybe we will just email it. Maybe it should say, please confirm receipt of this.
You want to be sure that the
Yeah.
problem is
Yeah.
moved so often.
Right,
I think it will send it.
so email me out.
Yeah, that's double duty, but,
Okay, but certified or not certified? See, certified, people might not
They
be home,
They
they,
don't go.
They don't
they don't
go.
sign for it.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
just, at first
First class.
level,
First
just.
class.
and
You can say that sent by email and first class letter to some sort of this address.
and we can see, there's a function to see when someone opens up an email, so we'll know
Mhm.
where they. All right, okay, so then we call the person in, what I didn't make a form was as to, tell a landlord, you must show up at this,
oh, yeah.
or, you know, witness, you must show up at this hearing date, so we probably need a form like that,
We're gonna have trouble knowing who the witnesses are unless they
yeah.
bring them. So if somebody in the room show up. The landlord may have wanted to bring someone, but I think you gotta put them on notice that the hearing's gonna take place.
Yeah,
And you really don't want to have the hearing kick over unless you have to. That's the
Mhm.
decision you can make.
Yeah,
And so maybe he's in the hospital, extenuating the grounds. But otherwise, meet witnesses. The landlord and tenant are expected to attend, should be witnesses over that. Assistance is important to Have pertinent information to disclose as opposed to.
Okay. Okay. So then we have our meeting, we end the meeting, go into executive session maybe that night or another date, depending on the time. We discuss the case, we come to a decision, and then we have a form that says, okay, this is the case number. Well, we'll talk about how we're gonna evidence things. This was the date of your hearing. This was the appellant, this is the landlord who was present at the hearing, a brief summary of the issues, the evidence considered for decision. And then we have decided, blah, 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 blah. And then this says landlords are reminded that they may not retaliate against the tenant due to this decision. And any person who violates this order could be fined not less than $25 or more than $100 for each offense. And then it tells them where to appeal, which is North Superior Court. So-
Actually, it probably is. It goes to the JD court. You know, it's sort of a repository court. It has a juris, it's the JD, it's called the GA now. But it used to be- JD is the big court, the judicial district, so the judicial district of London. London is the Superior Court for purposes of these kinds of appeals.
Right.
The court of knowledge is. It may end up with a case, but it's not, it's not.
Okay.
I'm going to say information.
All right, okay, so change that. Okay, so that's pretty much the process. And like I said, we probably have to do it a couple times to see if this is a good process or we gotta tweak some stuff.
Yeah, we don't know until you know.
Yeah, and then we talked about labeling cases and evidence. So the first case might be 2023-001 and 002. And same thing with evidence might be, what did you say?
Usually even
Oh,
you use
T1, like
The
10,
alphabet.
alphabet for one and numbers for the other.
right? So like
Or
tenant
tenant would be
document number 1 or landlord document,
or A. If you want, if you have a lot of things to mark,
right?
I can give you exhibit stickers, but the court usually would have. It's usually the number of side of the case it's on.
Mm.
Landlord is alphabet,
Right.
tenant is numbers,
Okay,
because you can get into where you've got. You know, 3 separate papers. That now are exhibit 3, and 3A, 3B, and 3C, another one is
yeah,
A, 1, 2, and 3, and
Yeah,
when you're talking about it in a decision,
yeah,
you want to be sure that you make reference to the right numbers, and if you have them,
Yeah.
not confusing, it would be helpful.
and we already talked about swearing in witnesses, and you're gonna get us that oath so that we can make sure that we. Okay, and then Mike and I talked a little bit about rules of procedure, which included labeling of the documents, cases we accept, process of scheduling, which, you know, case comes in, we'll try to get it on this
yeah.
meeting, you know, if it's gotta be within 30 days. of
Probably
various meetings.
schedule monthly meetings, you can cancel them,
Yeah,
if there's nothing.
If nothing's going on,
Yeah,
yeah.
but since you want to have a hearing in 30 days, you presumably should have at least 12 meetings in a year
Exactly.
to take
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Now, so whenever we're discussing the case, yeah, we are in a meeting, right? We can't have outside discussions or,
You can't, no phone calls.
you know, phone calls, right?
Nothing of that. sort.
No,
So we have to meet in
Got to
person.
be in person. to-
We have a discussion. It doesn't have to be, it could be anywhere,
Could it
but
could it be Zoom? And a recording of
It
Zoom?
could be this day and age.
Okay,
You'd have to arrange that.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, that would be.
that would be.
So-
I have capability.
The other thing is you really can't do independent investigation.
Right.
unless you really look at the place.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Talk to people you know and ask what they think of this person.
Right,
That's just,
right.
you can't.
And people shouldn't call us to plead their case or anything like that, we have to say you have to apply online, we will decide.
Oh,
that
yeah,
immediately,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, no,
Because I can see that happening to you, I can see that happening to you, I can see it happening to me.
it's been happening to me for the
Yeah.
last 10 years.
All right, so we're agreed on that. And if my brother comes in, I have to recuse myself.
One of my
There's,
tenants.
yeah,
On my tenant, but
Right.
generally don't raise the rent,
Right.
but yeah.
right. Jackie, is still posting for 2 alternates, so it's
Okay.
still on the website. So if you know a landlord, because we have to have a landlord and a tenant, it's 2 alternates. So
I know somebody, but she's not. And she's both, she's been both, so. And she's the one who wanted to do, so I want to get on that commission. This was when, you know, you guys were talking about it. And she said, you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah,
But it's time consuming. And
Yeah,
you know that coming into
Yeah.
it, it'll be more time consuming than you thought, more likely.
yeah. Yeah, I think once it gets up and running, yeah, I'm sure it's.
That's why I think the alternates are necessary. Because
Yeah.
you really can't be expected to.
Yeah.
Dedicate a day a week, a day a month for
Yeah.
it. So,
yeah,
And as we schedule things, I mean,
right,
it's probably myself that's got, you know, whether, you know, I'm traveling in December and I travel in April,
right.
you know what I mean? So, it's scheduling meetings as I'm hoping to come up with some kind of schedule. I do have one question there. In all the stuff that I read, like, I have not seen a time frame. We make a decision that the landlord's rent is excessive. And that's what we write. The landlord, 2 months later, says I'm increasing the rent once again. The tenant comes back to us at some point. Does our decision last 6 months, or does our decision last a year?
well, your decision decides that issue at that time, but it doesn't last a year. I mean, it's
It's based on a year.
is based, I mean, if there's a written lease,
Yep.
person comes in and the lease is a year long,
Mhm.
and 3 months in, and so they gotta raise the rent and they have a dispute. It runs to the end of the lease. If the landlord at the end of the lease says, renting you again, he claims it's retaliation, it's a new issue. There's no, you don't have a right to say that the landlord has to rent to somebody if you didn't find a violation. But if you feel it is retaliation, then it changes the rules as to how you decide. So keep in mind that part of the landlord tenant law is contract.
Yeah, contract law, so let me get some clarification. I rent to a tenant and rents $1,000 a month. At the end, call it a year and a half, and we're into a month lease. At that point, I send a letter with a 30-day notice saying that I'm going to terminate the lease. And then, you know, you do all the documentation. At that point, the tenant can't come and say it's retaliatory because he wants to raise a rent for someone else and bring in more money.
They can come in and they can say it, but you wouldn't find it to be retaliation.
Okay, all right.
I mean, the difficulty is that when they say it, they're giving you a skeleton outline. There may be other facts that they didn't put in, but they come out, will change your mind.
Okay.
But I can see us saying, you know, same scenario, clients on a month-to-month lease, and you say you want to raise the rent to 1,500. The landlord comes and the tenant comes in and we say it's too high, you can phase in that 1,500 over 5 months, and that gives the tenant a chance to
Get acclimated to the new rent.
get acclimated,
Absolutely.
get out,
Yeah.
have months to get out before it's that high. You know, maybe they can go up to 1,200 on the second month, but they can't.
Yeah. The instruction sheets that we have are well done with the group.
Yeah.
That group represents tenants, basically.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And I won't say it's swayed that way, but,
Yeah.
you know, there's
Yeah.
recognition, there's issues from the landlord's point of view. I think the thought is generally, it's a more sophisticated tenants, whether it's correct or not.
Right.
In some cases, it isn't, but, just that kind of general thing.
All right, so we have a pretty good procedure. Anybody have any other comments they want to make before we talk about dates?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so for October, November, and December, we have to pick hearing dates. and then we'll set for 2024 regular, like.
These are all special meetings, the next three.
You know, I
So-
told Jackie that, and she said, no, they're not. And I said, why told me they are? She did this on Thursday.
They've not been posted before. And all that means is you can only consider those items that you're listening.
Kind of thing, so you, yeah.
A regular meeting, you
Right.
can add something.
Yeah.
Oh, so the agenda will be, you know, with the meeting, hearing cases, are we gonna have public comment at every meeting?
I'm not sure you're more of a jury body.
Yeah.
You're hearing cases.
So it's hearing cases and meeting,
Yeah, if you have something, changing the rules or something. we can
Right,
talk about
right.
that.
we could put
That's
that,
fine.
it's basically, and then if there's no cases, we can.
People are gonna come out of the audience and say, this is case, you
Yeah.
should decide it this way.
Okay. Okay, so for October. And is morning better, night better?
I'm
Me too.
pretty flexible, except that, you know, as you can see, I haven't.
Although, I mean, the same night. The cooperation of the
Yes, yeah.
department.
Right, right.
I mean, I think during the day, coming to one of these rooms is fine.
Okay.
It's fabulous, and
Yeah.
it's someplace to park and. You know,
Say that one more time, sorry.
She likes staying.
the,
Um,
being an elderly, I don't really like to drive at night if I don't have to, but this isn't far, I can do this, but. I
yeah,
don't
and
want
it's going
to
to be not soon.
Yeah. it's-
So-
that's-
What time does town hall My question.
8:30.
8:30.
open? 8:30. So for me, it's quite frankly, earlier in the morning. You know, if it's, I guess 9 is fine, or like, you know,
Works for me.
4:30, so let's
Okay.
keep them at 9.
9, how's the 25th, Wednesday, the 20? Oh, wait,
October the 25th, which is a Wednesday.
Usually pretty good for me.
so 9 o'clock on the 25th,
I'm with me.
okay. Okay, and then November, we should go out probably at least,
Nice and holiday.
yeah, holidays, but,
So, I
it
mean,
should be at least 30 days away, right? Or,
I mean, it's Wednesday, so.
the 29th,
29. Sounds good.
When, November the 29th?
Because you're gonna have the Christmas holidays and
yeah,
the other holidays if you end.
The 22nd would be tough because it's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's the
yeah,
next
I could
day.
do the 30th. I could do the 20th. I could do the 27th.
Now, we're in November, right?
Yes, and we're talking 9 o'clock.
I travel November 30th through to December
Okay,
5th.
Well, you said
Yeah,
the
5th, I'm
27th,
back.
yep,
the
27th,
Monday,
yep,
the Monday, the 27th, with that.
That works for me.
okay,
9 a.m. or all
yep,
of them.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, I think if we stick to the same
Yeah,
time, I don't
yeah.
want to be fluctuating
Sure.
times, because, you know.
Then we'll get on the regular schedule, but, okay, and then December, same thing, it's gonna be very.
that's gonna be-
Um,
But we're not doing it the 25th, that's. for
Oh,
sure.
okay. The 28th is good for me. Um,
28th is good for me also.
Yeah, that'll work. Fine. I mean, if something happens or something.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll let you know, and it's. Yeah, but I mean, and you do know that, like, when I get your emails, I always answer yes,
Yeah.
that I.
Yeah.
Mike likes that too, because I would say, yes, I will be at the meeting, I like to let people know, I did definitely email, you know.
Okay, and then for 2024. Want to pick a day of the week, Wednesday mornings are impossible for me, and Tuesdays are pretty much impossible. Monday,
Want to do
Thursday.
Thursday mornings?
sure, Thursdays at 9.
9.
Like, we want to say the 4th Thursday?
No, 4th,
Nope,
I'm gonna be in Boston, so,
okay,
11. That's
11 is
Thursday.
fine for me. Yeah.
That's the 11th.
wait, we're January,
We're in January, yeah.
all right, so what is that, the second
It's-
Wednesday?
it's the second Thursday.
Second Thursday of the month, every month, is that good? Or do we want to pick different days every month?
You're probably better off to have it on the same day.
Yeah,
I think, you know, like we go,
yeah, Yeah.
You know, with the SAC, happens,
Yeah.
Senior Affairs Commission.
Yeah.
Second. And then if we have to change it, we change it.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
when you're there on January, well, gee, we can't do the second Thursday, can we move it down or move it up?
For the snow on January
Yeah,
11th.
well, we can do it by Zoom.
Well, you can, but
Yeah.
not all the
Yeah.
participants.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, put a snow and Zoom for great, but guess what? I have, you know, 15 guys out, you know, we're busy. And so that's not
could you
something,
send one my way?
yeah. So what date are we talking about in January?
We're looking at the second Thursday of
The
every
11th.
month in 2024.
I suggest we start there.
Oh, I have to post all of the 2024 meetings.
Oh,
all at
we,
once.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I mean, you can always have a special meeting,
yeah,
but if you post them, then they're there, people know that.
Right.
Schedule, but they go,
But if you have to cancel a meeting,
yeah,
how will you do that? You're gonna post?
yeah.
that it's
I
canceled?
just email the city clerk's office.
Okay, so, and that,
Yeah,
okay,
the other truth, there's nobody who's made a claim, there's nobody who expects a
Right.
meeting, so
Right.
you have nothing before you, so I mean,
yeah,
somebody decides they're gonna show up that day and see Paul and see him, it's not the worst thing.
Mhm.
okay, February,
Second Thursday of the month. We're trying to stick to the second Thursday of every month.
The eighth?
2020.
on the Thursday?
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have some alternates by then.
Right,
So,
right, yeah. That's done there.
you know, like I say, everybody wants to complain, nobody wants to step up to the plate.
Yeah. I bet.
You know, I mean, it's like. I mean, I get it, people work, I mean, I know not everybody's retired like me, but, you know, it's still along.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of
March is the same thing on the
Should
seventh.
be the 14th, second Thursday.
Oh, second,
April will be the 11th.
We all recognize that things can happen and change.
Right, right.
So I think just picking the date, being
Yeah.
the second Thursday,
Yeah,
and then kind of on an ad hoc basis.
Yeah.
Your plans can change. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
the 11th of April will not work. I'll be in Aruba, so then I go for 2 weeks,
okay,
so
so
if
you
it's
might,
possible, the 18th.
well, I'd rather just post them all for the second Thursday, and then you just missed that meeting and government. And we
and
probably
hopefully
won't
we'll
have
have
case.
alternates,
Yeah.
and we have.
Yeah.
I mean, you have, I understand, you have to set up,
Yeah,
it's gonna be the second Thursday of the month.
Okay, then,
9 a.m.
and,
People call the clerk's office, if you have a schedule, it's the second
Right.
Tuesday, it's a lot easier than.
right,
when they find
Right,
the list and
right.
see what it is.
somehow, did I make a mistake? I have October 25th,
yeah, October, November, and December are
Did we,
Different.
weird dates, right?
okay,
Yep. And but then for 2024, the second Thursday.
okay.
And like I said, if you can't make that because you're going to Aruba and then you can't make it, we'll have to cancel the meeting and then but if
I
we
mean,
can.
these are
there's two
people,
that
it's-
are-
you know,
I mean, it's the 30 days that you're
Yeah.
supposed to conduct the
Right.
hearing, it's the thing that's dictating, otherwise you
Right.
need order. It's just, isn't going to work.
All right, and we don't see anybody from the public here to comment. 'Cause,
no, I don't see anybody.
So I will, if there's no further business, we can have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
I circulated, I think I sent you, I think it's on the report that was done, but the housing authority, as they say, is saying one of the officers in where's in my office, does an investigation, it's a very detailed investigation, probably more than we need, but if you like them, you can enhance the forms.
Oh,
Just look
well
at-
said.
how it's organized and structured, what findings are made, and not. Names are all the factors, so,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's probably more than we need, but the other side of it is that if it's appealed, it gives a good record about all that happened,
Yeah.
how it got here, what the claim was.
but you know, this is gonna be the record of everything that happened,
yeah.
right? Except for our executive session discussions, which shouldn't be recorded, but that's really, that's sort of the city.
Yes and no, because remember, the judge has to find evidence in the case which supports the decision you make.
Mhm.
And a decision that's right, cannot be wrong, a decision right easily. This is very helpful as opposed to watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we,
Hearing, which you know nothing about. If you read it a couple of times and then you look at, you know, so it makes it easier for that decision.
right,
Now, if the judge decides that during the trial in mobile,
yeah,
this just goes out the window and the judge doesn't.
It's final decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the telephone, because it would be the right thing to run.
Yeah.
Our appeals are taken, so.
yeah. And Jackie wants minutes this first meeting. But going forward, this will. All right, okay, so any other business? Okay, not,
Make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
okay. Second, all in favor? Okay. Oh, thanks, guys, that was.